Hack the Planet, episode 12 of the Streamers, who are taking down Straylight. And we're picking up exactly where we left off before. The charges are set on the tower, and everyone is sabotaging AF, this ship. So, the very last person that did something was Filter. Should we go with Jet and Heatsink, cutting back to the mechanical room then? So there's after there was some issue that you caused, they sent these two utility people, like these, not janitors, but like engineer people, right? to the mechanical room to try to figure out what was going on and fix stuff. You guys are dressed for this already. Like they have no reason to suspect that you're other people until you start, I don't know, hooking up like poison or something, right? So, what's the plan?
So are they people that work here, or?
Yeah, they're part of the crew, but are specifically like engineers.
They're specifically HVAC engineers or something like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, that's why there's only two of them. They're the only ones that could possibly understand HVAC.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yes, it is really a fungus. This is my plan to take over the world. Wahaha. So how big is this room? Can you like set the scene for us?
I am using it like submarine analogies this whole time, so I think it's pretty like tight spacing and in keeping with the Hunt for Red October action. I think the mechanical room would be like those strafing runs, like really narrow passages, enough for like one or two people, that are quite long and engage with a lot of different ship systems and stuff like that. I think it's probably like not that well lit, and since it's a mechanical room, there's like 3 different colors of piping for all that stuff going around. And yeah, I think they're down there trying to figure out what is going on with the ship, because you're emitting this thing that blocks their frequencies, and they're trying to figure out what is going on.
So, and it's the control. It's not a skill. What are they called? Anyway, the control skill or ability is for commanding people.
Yes, that would be the what you would be doing, unless you're sort of charming them, and then it would be the sway.
Yeah. Okay. So what are they doing? They just came in, or they were in here working?
They're in here working already.
And I got the
Asher?
I got the ability like looking into a mirror, so I can tell if they're lying to us, which could be useful too.
Yes, that would probably be useful. As we know, HVAC technicians always lie, especially about the price. So
yeah. So political.
Well, so I think Jet will turn to them and say, "I'm so glad you're here. We need to inspect your bypass of the filtering system. We've heard there've been some problems."
I have not heard of a bypass happening. Well, right now we're trying to fix a frequency block. Can you come back later? And they give you the like, I'm being pleasant and you're an asshole look.
So, well, if you don't want to help us, then we'll just get out the schematics and do it ourselves. That's fine.
There definitely needs to be some persuasion, I think.
I have no persuasion, so that's so that's why I was.
So you're just going to command them instead?
That's sort of where I was going with it. I was said, can you put, well, so it could be, I need the detailed schematics for this area.
Oh, okay. Which you already have, right?
I don't think do we have the detailed schematics, or do we just have the overall ship schematics?
All right, you just have like the blueprint or something like that, right?
Yeah, but I need I'm
Right.
assuming that we don't have the detail for like the HVAC system, and we need to be able to see like how we could bypass this.
Yeah. So, just for reference, control others with the force of your personality or carefully crafted words, intimidate or threaten, lead in action with one of the crew's gangs, operate equipment and technology, how it is meant to be used. That is control. So you're just kind of being domineering-ish. Cool. Let's see how.
It actually fits. So that fits a bit more with his personality, I think.
Yeah. We'll say that this guy is wearing a name tag and his name is Day. D-A-E.
Do they have ranks or anything, or does it just have a name tag?
That's a good question. No ranks, I think. I don't want to think about it.
So I think we need to like make it more intimidating. I'll come up close to him and like take the tag and sort of tilt it to his eyes. Say, "So, Day, are you going to help me with this?"
Cool. Okay, roll. I think you're in a risky position just because could go either way. We don't know Day's personality just yet. And standard effect on Day. And I bet you anything that a lot of people have a lot of puns for Day in his line of work.
I don't suppose Asher is doing anything to support me. Group move.
Carpe diem, Day.
I can probably do this one on my own, but
anyone wanna? Oh, Asher, you roboted a bit. What was that?
I'll do a group move. That sounds good.
Cool. So what do you do
to my blueprint out?
Cool. So you're just like you're both in his face, nodding along and being like, "Yeah, Day. Tell us, Day."
Can I help by, since I'm hooked into the security system or something, like, can I get something on Day? Or, like, I don't know, do something to help out?
What is it that you find on Day?
I find out that he's had, like, a minor infraction on his, like, work record, and any other infractions that he's going to come up on suspension.
Oh, nice.
So then I could use that and say, "You don't want another infraction, do you, Day?
You don't want to have a bad day."
I wasn't going to go all, what's it called? Bruce Willis on him.
Yeah. Cool.
Die Hard.
So mechanically, are you spending a stress or are you trying to do a group action here, Lauren?
I was shooting for action, but that's...
Yeah,
with everybody? Cool. Okay. So all three of you roll control on Day. Risky standard situation. Can you hear that? One of my crit.
Wow. Wolfie.
I had no dice in it.
Yeah, the sad thing is that it's not a crit though. See, it's take the lowest. It's just a 6.
I know.
That's still this is a group act, and we have that. What's it thing called? So we get the 6.
Yeah, but there's only 1 6 rolled technically.
Yeah. Well, we did. Yeah, that's true, but it's still a 6.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was going for. It's a 6.
Oh, I thought you were like advocating for it to be a crit.
No, I just wanted the 6. I was just happy to have a 6.
Yeah, you still get a 6 for sure. Yeah, and nobody stresses you out either, so that's good, including yourself. Everybody is so on point right now. Yeah. I have a neighbor that is like this 19-year-old kid who just bought a fucking Supra that's like 15, 20 years old or whatever. And he like chopped off the muffler or whatever. So it's like super noisy and shit. And I swear the thing's hood is up more than it actually is driven because he has to work on it, right? Like, don't buy imports, kids. If anyone who is watching this is like, my first car should be a Skyline, 15 years old, JDM parts are the best, you're wrong. It's a money pit. Don't do it. Also, they sound like they're like a weed whacker or something. Anyway. This happens exactly as you wanted. So you want him to point out exactly where you're going and stuff like that?
Yeah. So he was supposed to give us the schematics and...
Cool. So I think since it's the future, he just like flicks it to your iPad or whatever, right? Just like puts in the code, which is like maybe a voice thing or something where he's like unlock file. And then he like talks and he's like Forrest Gump, and then it unlocks, right? And then you get all the data and all that kind of stuff. So it'll give you more effect when you're hacking the fungal operation. So here's a question. Wolfie, are you staying in this room?
Hmm.
Is this your Mission Impossible task? To stay in the mechanical room with your laptop?
Would it be helpful to my crew? Like, do you guys need someone to sit in the back and provide fictional positioning for why you guys are competent?
Otherwise, you're not. You're all stupid.
That was a backhanded compliment. It's like another word.
Sorry.
What's it called? Like a southern compliment?
I was
Yeah.
just teasing. You guys are all competent.
With me,
I mean,
right?
do you need someone to hand you a spanner? Is what I'm really saying.
Yeah. Thanks, Wolfie. Yeah, now I know how you really feel.
But yeah, because Wolfie's happy to camp out here if it will help.
Okay.
I figured you could probably help Filter get to wherever she needs to go also.
Nice.
I could really use some fictional spanners getting out of here.
Yeah.
Got a whole toolbox of fictional spanners.
Okay, cool. So let's cut to Filter then. So you've just placed all the charges. What is the next step? What else do you want to do?
That is a good question. I mean, like, is this going to be enough to take down the base? Who knows? Do I need more explosives?
What do you mean, like, I thought you were just trying to blow up the bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because it sounded like you're like, is this enough to take down the entire airship? And I was like, no.
Once Filter gets going, it's
hard to stop. Yeah, plastique.
Yeah.
Plastique.
And you get plastique, and you get plastique.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So is the plan just to ghost out of there without them noticing again then too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you were in a desperate situation, but then you crit, I think, or something like that. You did very well anyway. What was it? Yeah, you got a 6. So you didn't crit, but you did very well. And so I'll put you in a risky position getting out there because you're still, like, in the fiction of what they've seen, basically, is if there is a competent officer among them, they might be like, kind of suspicious. This person's, like, walking around and feeling up everyone's desk. So, yeah, I think you'll have a risky situation with standard effect if you're ghosting. Or finessing, probably, right? Some either one of those. What do you think it is?
I feel like it's more finesse to try and, like, come up with a good excuse / opportunity to leave the situation.
Right. What's that, Lassie? Trouble at the well? I gotta go.
That's exactly what Filter says.
Yeah, I knew it. Sweet. I should join improv. Cool. Okay, so roll it up. Let's see how well it goes. Is anyone helping somehow?
Yeah, I mean, Filter, do you need someone to help you, like, Ocean's 8 it? So, like, moving all the cameras so there's, like, blind spots and stuff, so you've got, like, convenient places to slip into on the way to get out.
Yeah, if you're down for that.
Yeah, totes. I feel like it's probably, like, what, an assist, so I'll give you a die. And I'll take a stress.
Cool. Let's do it. Get that extra die.
I might also push myself so that I actually have 2 die.
That sounds wise.
It was not.
That is not the best roll. In fact, it is the worst roll that you could possibly get.
Put the cameras
So-
right on you.
Nice.
Yeah. So what happens is you did not leave, actually. You... Oh, I need another name. I need a name. Jackson. Jackson sounds like a strong name. Yeah, so I think you're like, we get the shot of you, you know, palming your the stuff underneath it. You look around and like start to head out, and suddenly behind you there's like the butt of a gun against your spine, right? And this person named Jackson, if you look like behind you or something like that, you'll see somebody I need to get a Pinterest thing for. I think Jackson will be femme presenting, actually. A woman. There you go. That's what Jackson looks like. So they have like blonde hair, mechanical cyborg arm, and they're not dressed like that, though. They have like officer stuff on, just like you, like the jumpsuit overalls or officer wear, whatever it was that we said it was last time. That's what they're wearing. I'm not sure if we ever described the officer wear or not. So, but I'm imagining it's probably like we'll stick with the whole naval thing, right? And picture like a naval uniform, formal dress, except for this person. And I think they're like the CO of the ship. And yeah, they, with their cybernetic arm, they have like or arm and hand, they have like a handgun pressed against your spine. And Jackson is like, I know every member of the crew, and you aren't one. What are you doing here, imposter? Spy? Charlatan?
So this is something I can resist, right?
Yeah, you could resist. You could resist either thing, I guess.
Either thing.
Well, one is a gun against your spine, right? And then he still is like, I know you ain't one of us. And then, or she, sorry. And two, maybe like somehow, I don't know how you would do it. You'd still have to figure out the fictional positioning for resisting, but resisting the fact that they think that you're not one of the crew. I'm just leaving that one open because maybe you have something in mind that would be very cool, and I would like to hear that, but I feel it might be hard.
I've got an idea.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Exactly. Because yeah, as Krista says, we've got like completely good-looking documents. So Filter is gonna like just crumple to the ground, crying, and be like, "Oh God, please don't shoot! I'm so sorry. Look, they brought me on for this mission. I just needed the money."
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so you're not resisting either of them.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so but instead you're gonna convince them that you are a member of the crew with your documents, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Jackson kind of does know what she's talking about, so I think you're in a desperate situation. However, instead of limited effect, you'll have standard effect with your documents, and then you can push yourself and all that kind of stuff. And
Sounds
perhaps Lauren can help again, feeding some kind of information from the security or something. I don't know.
Of course.
Could this be, I'm guessing, a sway?
What do you think? Sounds like
Yeah.
it.
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's see what happens. That's really awesome. Just like play acting and crying on the ground, blubbering and stuff.
When it's the first time in fiction, Felter's actually had like a gun pointed at her.
Right. Yeah,
Right,
it's
can
all.
I get any?
What?
Oh yeah, do it.
Can I get any fictional spanners?
You can have all my fictional spanners.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, what kind of intel would you like?
Oh. That's a good question. Maybe there's like some like catchphrase or like team motto that they teach all the new recruits.
Oh yeah.
You could feed to me.
All I can think of is the one that they make you say Night Witches. We need that. But yeah. Yeah, totally. I totally feed you like some really like bullshit regulatory code stuff of like that totally relates to the job, citing sections like 19-3.15B kind of thing, and like that kind of stuff. Like, this isn't protocol. You're not supposed to point guns at employees and stuff like that.
But you are
Nice.
an employee. We'll see how the roll goes. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so roll get the XP. And yeah, so Jackson like leans down and like, I think I'm just gonna go very hard. It says, but you're not an employee, and then just shoots your head. Unless you want to resist that.
I just came back at shoot your head.
Yeah. 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 So Jackson leans down, points the gun at your head, and says, but you're not an employee, and then just pulls the trigger. So you're dead unless you'd like to resist.
That sounds good.
How would you like to resist?
Hmm.
I can give you some more stuff.
I got dirt on him. Tell him he's a mama's boy, or tell her that she's a mama's girl. That'll get her. Then she'll never be able to point straight again.
Hmm.
I would be interested to hear what it is.
Well, I mean, like, the only thing I can think of that would be truly fitting in Filter's character is try and blow up one of the charges as a distraction.
That is cool. I like that a lot. Okay. Interesting as a resistance roll as well. Because resistance work no matter what, right? So it does go off. I am going to make a clock and fill up alert. Though. Alert. I guess I'll make. And okay, so and then I made these. So you can damage the ship and you can get response from the crew. So, okay, so what are you rolling the resistance with?
I'm not sure. I feel like
Wreck?
Huh?
Maybe wreck. So it'd be under prowess.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
Sounds like you're wrecking. Cool. Wow. So 4 stress. That's a
Not
big
rolling
one.
well tonight.
Yeah. The sheet is angry at you or something. I don't know. Cool. So what do we see on screen? You just like blow one of the charges close by, or a little ways away, or what?
Yeah, I think Filter intended to blow one of the ones a little ways away.
Yeah,
But it's a very stressful scenario. So I think she blows up the one like right next to us.
No, it doesn't have
like,
to. It doesn't have to be. It's a perfect resistance thing, right? Resistance is an automatic succeed. So it doesn't. You don't have to be like, it actually is right beside me.
Well, fine then. A little far away, but still close, because I like that kind of incompetent explosives engineer.
Sounds good. So yeah, the station blows up. We get the Star Trek like Wilhelm scream from the person who is at that console, right? The gushing air starts like roaring into this place, and then we do a jump cut to you guys like looking at these specific layout thing, right? It's like, does this look right to you? And you're in front of the like thing that you need to introduce the fungal agent. The agent of fungal.
Sure, this should be simple. It should have a backup system, right? So that you can clean the filtering system. So we just have to switch it from one to the other. And we don't even need to do that. We just have to put in the turn off one and hook up the distribution system, and we're good.
Cool. So are you guys wrecking? What do you think?
This is wrecking. I'm not good at any of that stuff, though. This is really a filter thing. So I guess over the sub vocals, hey, filter, how do I do this?
I've got no gas in the tank. You're on your own.
What do you mean?
I could turn off the security measures they have in place for anti-fungus stuff.
I don't know. Could this be a finesse? No. Subtleness, direction, sleight of hand, handle of vehicle command. No, it's not that. I think it's more tinker.
Yeah, that could be a thing for sure. Modifying.
Not that it doesn't matter. I don't have skills on any of the things that I need for this. It's just okay.
Well, what about heatsink? What is heatsink good at?
I can sway, and that was the thing that came up before.
Sway the pipes.
Are
you good at
wreck?
Are you good at modify?
Modify, that's what it is. Sorry.
Or tinker on the sheet?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
But
I have one in wreck.
Yeah, you could wreck it. I could, and then it just won't work again, right?
Well, actually, wrecking the filter is not a bad idea.
Yeah, there you go.
The filter system, we're actually good for that. I like that idea. So we jam it so that it's only going to the one that's not filtering or whatnot. So,
right.
Yeah.
And then, so how people could help you with this, especially filter, who is in a jam, it could be a flashback, right? Like filter showing you what you should be doing and all that kind of stuff in a flashback.
Yeah, especially because I have all these blueprints and stuff. They could actually like point out on the blueprints what to do.
Yeah. And then filter can just write on them and be like, step 1.
Yeah.
Do not connect the red and the green pipe.
Unless
Christmas colors bad. Cool. So if you want to do a flashback, I don't think it would cost any stress. It makes sense that you would have talked to each other about this plan before just heading in. Filter, do you want to lend a hand? Do an assist or something like that?
We're separated, so it'd have to be offered some vocal tech. Would it? Or
we'll just do the flashback. Yeah, flashback.
Yeah. Totally dig the idea of like half-heartedly pointing at like places on the ship. Like, and then you go here and do this while like setting up the C4.
Yeah, she's like putting up the connectors in the C4, and you're like, so this is the one? And she's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
so
nice.
helpful.
Yeah, very helpful. So you taking one stress to aid then in the die? Or
So I get an extra die.
Well, who's taking this stress? I thought filter couldn't take stress.
Yeah,
Right.
filter
That's a good
can
point.
take stress because it was in the past, right? So filter is you're doing a flashback where filter is helping you and telling you how to do this now, right?
Okay.
And so filter would take stress now in the here and now, except that we know in the fiction that this happened previously. So filter would take 1 stress, you'd get a bonus die, but the help would be taking place in the past.
I might have to renege on the help then.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
That's
nothing.
understandable.
Yeah, that's what I was saying is I don't think she's got any stress to give.
Oh, okay.
But so
Okay.
anybody, fictionally, yeah, I can't support that. I just don't know any of that stuff.
Well, you could definitely just be like, I'm helping you change out the pipes and shit, right?
That's true. Or I'm sure we planned this together, right? Because we're going together. Like
Yeah,
we're a
no,
team, so
yeah. So the question is it going to be a group act or is it me lending a hand? Is it,
Yeah,
and is there
that's up to
mechanically?
you guys.
So if we do a group act, then how is your stress, Heatsink? How much stress have you taken?
taking 3. I have plenty, but I don't know how much it would help because if you don't have any rec, then you would just be adding 1 dice anyway, or like
Yeah.
the lower of 2 dice, which
The
is
lower
even
of 2
worse.
dice. So yeah, I think I'm better
So
off.
you might as well just give me 1d.
Let me do it. So then I'm just spending 1 stress, right? I haven't done one of these in a while.
It's
Yeah,
true.
okay.
And you're at 3 for your fungopolyps, for your convincing the guy.
Monopolis.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Not to
Gus.
be Yeah, see, it's not to be confused with fun-opolix. This is fung-opolix. So,
Because we're a fun guy.
yes. Yep. Okay, so you roll, and then let's see how many ticks you get towards completing this thing.
So it's controlled or
Yeah, I think controlled. And standard effects, do you have anything to boost it to great effects so you get more ticks if you get a 6?
just my blueprints, like I said, and schematics.
You don't have any moves that add to it?
Yeah, you got the schematics and stuff. Sure, so take great effect.
Cool.
Oh, I'll be benevolent since I shot one of you in the head.
And I got 5.
Cool. So, since you have great effect, you're this close to fungopolyx,
So close.
fungopocalypse, fungopolypse, fung FP is happening soon.
The fungus apocalypse.
Yeah. So on that, why don't we take a quick break before we cut back to see somebody getting shot in the face, but not because that didn't happen. Because the grenade went off. So we'll discover that on the hour. Sound good? Cool. Is everybody back? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's cut back to the retcon of this situation up in the tower. So at first we had that little what if you got shot in the head and instead a explosive went off, blowing a chunk of the siding with it. There's like the whipping of air and all that kind of stuff. So the shot, I think, never goes off, or maybe it just goes wide, something like that. And are you? Is the plan to make use of that to GTFO or to take Jackson on, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, like a bat out of hell,
Peacing out?
getting the heck out of there.
Okay, so what do you think that action might be?
That is a good question. Guessing finesse?
Yeah, it could be finesse. Ghost is usually the like physical thing.
Oh, right. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think you're in a risky position at least. Maybe. Well, yeah, I'll say risky instead of desperate because there was an explosion. Everyone's probably not looking at you anymore, right? And standard effect getting you out of there. Do you have any items that would be useful in this situation? Or moves? Or abilities, I should say. I always refer to them as moves. But they're not.
Yeah, all of my moves are for like destroying things.
Yeah.
And most of my tools as well.
Yes. Okay. That'll happen after you get out of there. Yeah. I like the picture of Filter just being like, premature blow, guys. Sorry. You're like, okay, we almost got the fungus in it. It's just like, boom, 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 boom. Cool.
Plan B. Plan B.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so give me the roll. Any help happening?
I can always appreciate Spanish because I got 0 dice.
Maybe I could have helped plan this.
The escape?
Maybe like setting off the explosion so that you could shorten the lead, right? So like some of them could go off without the others.
Well, the explosion already happened. This roll is to get out.
Okay.
Yeah, I can show you the most optimal route out of here, like taking into account the fact you've blown up some of the place.
Sure. Just follow the line.
Yeah.
Filter. Sure. Sounds good. So you're taking a stress? Cool.
Yep.
Get that 1 die good.
Yeah.
4. At least you got a success this time.
First one of the day, I think.
Yeah. So cool. I think it so as you yeah, so it still happens, right? You GTFO because you succeeded. But I think you Jackson turns around just as you're like careening around the corner or something and lets off a shot, and you take 2 harm, moderate wound to your chest as it like grazes. Unless you want to have resistance in armor.
And Filter, for all your resist rolls, you're not forgetting that you get +1 die automatically, right?
Yeah. I only have 1 in prowess.
Cool.
So what's this about armor? I've never used it before.
Yeah. So if you mark the armor, which is 2 item slots, you can decrease it to 1 harm. And then if you use a resistance, then you can get it down to nothing at all.
Oh.
If you would like.
I think I'll just use armor.
Okay. You don't want to resist it?
I have no stress, Fraser. I got nothing.
Okay, sounds good. So take take 1 harm, which is like grazed or something like that, right? Cool. And then so as you're running out, are you blowing up this whole place or what?
I mean, I just got shot, so I feel like I'm deserved some form of revenge.
Right. Do you think they, like, is this a scene where you get to the bottom of the stairs and then you blow it up, or you're running away and you're like, click, 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 and you're just like gonna be running down the hall as things are exploding and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's no semblance of like being in control or anything. It's just like as fast as I can click the button.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna count this towards the clock of the response from the crew, and you're going to be killing them with your bomb. So let's see how well that goes, and complications on the table will be like, I don't know, you are blowing up the path that you were running on, so we'll see.
Nice.
Cool. You're just like skating down those stairways, right? As it's all like blowing up and stuff.
Healing down the halls.
And this would be a good spot to wreck.
I can always enjoy a good break.
Yeah, because that's all your moves, right?
Yeah, that's all of them.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, so what happens with that? What are your moves do?
One that applies to MIB structure hit. When wrecking something larger than me and my group, we have potency.
Cool. So instead of desperate, it'll be a risky. Any other stuff? Find tools?
Oh yeah, find demolition tools.
Cool. So you have standard effect instead of limited.
Nice.
So you went from desperate limited to risky standard.
Cool.
Does anyone want to help somehow?
I mean, I'm pretty good when it comes to explosions, so don't feel the need.
Cool. Okay, let's see how it works. You're due for a 6, but you didn't.
Not yet.
You got a mini crit though. Okay, so mini crit is on standard effect. Is you're getting 2. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. There you go. So you got 2 ticks. Cool. So I think that will abstract the damage of the people on the ship, but it kind of gives you a feel for how many people are on the ship then, if that's the amount of people that you killed, and that's how many ticks are on the clock. Remember that full successes with 6s fill in 3 ticks along it, so there's like a few more people at least on the ship. And as a complication, one of my other clocks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put 3 on the ship damages as well. Oh wait, it would be 4 because you rolled 2 middling successes on it, right? So 2 and 2, because you did the resistance roll that blew it up, and then you blew it up more. Cool. Okay, the alert is filled up. So yeah, I think the thing that happens is we get the action shot of you careening down these stairs really fast, right? Getting out. And as soon as you get out, the tower, I think, just like implodes or collapses on itself, and all the debris falls down and stuff like that. But as you get to the hallways, of course, there's already people running towards you, right? Because they're like, oh no, explosions, we better go help and all that kind of stuff. And then that's when we cut to the mechanical room. So you guys have 2 ticks to go. So what you do it? What's the last step of the releasing of the apocalypse?
Hooking up the canister and releasing it.
Cool. So what action do you think that is?
Well, I guess it depends what you're saying. Is this where the effect will come in?
This completes the clock, yeah. So once the clock is complete, then we're going to do an abstract roll to see how many people you take out with your.
Well, is it me trying to summon and control the God Act?
This will complete the entirety of your fun apocalypse thing. So if it's supposed to be a God act and you're in control of it, I would say that the thing is out and spread it already. Now you just need to control it then, probably, right? To get it to the people.
Yeah.
Because as I understood it, you were gonna release it onto the populace. You guys had already brought in masks, right? So it didn't affect you. And then you were going to just have everybody else breathe it in naturally, I thought, from the air filtration thing.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you controlling it and stuff? What's that about?
Well, this is about activating it and making sure it goes into the people.
Okay, so you're controlling it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going from like little helpless pollen to aggravated death pollen stuffs.
Oh, well, it's going to have this wicked effect where it's not just going to be like clouds of it. It's actually going to be focused streams of it going towards people and towards their noses and mouths.
Scariest thing imaginable. Okay, sounds good.
Can I help by like
really sinister?
Can I help by like locking off sort of channeling like the filtration system toward these people?
Oh, you guys are brutal. Okay, sounds good. So they're like running away, and you're just like, nope, blast doors.
Yeah. Close down the areas where the air suits are, so that they can't get to them.
Ah, you guys are the worst. Okay, sounds good. Okay, cool. So is this
sounds like a group action to me?
Group action?
Is it?
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got 3 ticks, right? If we get a 6, we're good.
Yeah. So what action do you guys both think you're doing for this?
I'm doing control.
Yeah, it sounds like that's right for Lauren as well, because you're using technology as it's meant to be used, right? Like engaging the blast doors and blah, 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 blah. So are you good at that, or are you better at lending a hand at that?
I'm probably better at giving a die. What is it on the sheet again? Is it attune? No, it's
command.
Command,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm way better. I better give you a die.
Yeah. Sounds good. So take a stress.
Okay, so what do we want? So is it risky or desperate?
The entire crew?
Well, that's the magnitude, isn't it? Whereas this is just how dangerous, how I guess the risk of me pulling this off.
Yeah.
It's almost controlled with the whole setup. But
yeah, I think it's controlled. Like, I don't think they have a way of combating this. Like I think we're just seeing how effective it is, because like, yeah, maybe some of them get to some of the air mass and stuff like that, and maybe some of them don't, that kind of thing. But I don't see it not working or anything, right? So yeah, I think control position. Do you have something that would make a great effect for some more ticks on the response of the crew?
When an active god is the same tier as you, whether by reducing it as an obstacle until it becomes your equal or otherwise, you may attempt to control it with +1 effect.
Sure, yeah, that sounds good. So it'll have great effect.
That's Green Mother, yeah. Finally get to use it, yay! And I get 1 bonus die from Lauren, and from Wolfie. And that's it, right? I'm trying to think. I didn't do anything else. And I have to take the stress. I might as well take and you said, so using proprietary tech, I have to use a stress. I take 2 stress for that anyway, and I can get a bonus die for that also?
Yeah, it gives you the benefits of pushing yourself as well. Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll do that.
And let's see. The only other thing that we could do is a ripple, if anyone has a ripple. So you don't have to. Oh, but you're pushing yourself anyway, so it's not on the table.
Yeah. No.
So never mind. It's fine.
Save it for somebody else. And the damn dialogue just disappeared. Where'd it go? I hate it when it does that.
If it does that, then it's probably below the sheet. Oh wow, that's a lot of
Holy
sucking.
cow!
So that's a 2, 3, 3, 1, 3. Yeah, that's a rough day you guys are having there. So it's a controlled situation though, so it's not too bad. Let's see. So you still get 2 ticks because it's great effect actually. So instead of 1 tick, you get 2. But let's see. Controlled situation failure. You falter. Press on by seizing a risky opportunity or withdraw and try a different approach. So, what does that look like in the fiction? Seizing a risky opportunity. Oh, I know.
I know what it would be too, but is it you offering it to me or I offer it to you?
Well, it could be either of us, but I think the guys that are in the mechanical room probably are like suddenly become a threat to you, right? And there's like a time pressure. But what were you thinking?
I was thinking that I actually inhale the fungus to try and control it better.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. I like that. Sure. Let's go with that. That definitely sounds risky.
I think it sounds pretty desperate myself, but that's okay. If it only has to be risky. So wait, so that would be control again, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, I roll it just like a move, right? Basically, is that what I'm doing? Or is this different when I'm trying to?
You're just doing it, you're trying it, you're doing the same thing in a risky situation is what control is allowing you to do. But if you want to push it to desperate, you can. If you do, you'll get more ticks on the clock. That's the benefit of going desperate in this situation. So a normal situation is standard effect. Let's say if you get a 6, it's 3 ticks, right? If you're in a desperate situation, you get 2 above that as well.
But so I already get great from. Do I still get to use the proprietary attack effect from the last time?
So, yeah, if you want to push yourself again, though.
Oh yeah, I mean this is like fictionally pushing myself, isn't it? I'm stressing myself out to do this, like inhaling the fungus. So good. Suddenly he takes it, rips off the mask, goes, inhales deeply.
Yeah, sounds good. So
2 dice.
So do you want to go desperate and get more ticks and some XP, or keep it at risky?
Survive this, sure.
Why not? Desperate is definitely like you're gonna need to resist to survive, right? Risky is like you'll take 3 harm instead of 4 harm type thing.
Oh, I think Jet's gonna need to try and survive this. So yeah.
Okay, so go desperate, and you'll get a lot of ticks if you succeed. So here's where the risk comes in.
You are kidding me. Oh, well, I got a 4. That's...
Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 2, 1. So okay, so at least you succeeded, which means so you get 2 ticks for going desperate here, and then another 2 ticks there. So you get a lot of the crew with that, right? So that's 4 ticks extra.
Wait, does that go into response for the crew, or is that finishing out Fungopolis?
It'll be both. So the Fungopolis is complete, and then I wanted to see how much of the crew is affected by your Fungopolis thing.
I thought the response from the crew was them coming after us.
Yeah, so like the response from the crew, I've abstracted it to the entirety of the crew. Like they're all the men and their resistance that they can muster. And so you're biting into that because they're breathing into the Fungopolis stuff and getting all messed up and stuff. So I think there is it sounds like maybe like 2 or 3 guys that managed to make it to like one of the blast door emergency room things, right? And like crack the panel with the red emergency dot or whatever that seals them in some sort of futuristic bubble. And then they put on masks and like are gearing up with assault rifles and stuff like that. But when we cut to Filter in the hallway, I think what we see is like, it was like a tense moment where Filter was getting bombarded on both sides by these people, and maybe like, Filter was getting a little sweaty and stuff, but then they all like collapse and start choking and all of that kind of stuff, right? And instead it's like a sort of alien feel, right? Where it's like desolate and eerie, and there's probably like those particulates in the air, right? Like visually that you can actually see. You guys have your prepared masks for it and stuff like that, but there is just a couple people left, and you can feel like the tilting of the ship, right? As it's like started to go under. There's no controls. Yeah. Yeah, and Lauren, I guess, is Wolfie's character is like hooked up to the monitors recording all this or something. I don't know. So, or it's all shaky cam Blair Witch project stuff, and everyone's gonna be like, "That's fake." Anyway, so what is the plan? Is everyone trying to group action, get out of here, or what? Because to be transparent, if there's survivors, that might be bad, right? Also, there was a other thing that you were planning on doing, Wolfie, and that was, I thought you were in there also to like cut data from them, and that was going to be the payment for the mission or something.
I think so.
I vaguely
that sounds
recall
right.
this. So, do we want to get that roll on the table then and get you to get the information? And what I'll do is I'll make 10 clock, and how much you get on the clock is how much money you get for the mission.
Oh,
so the longer that you wait to get out, the more money that you'll get.
Nice.
I'm calling it M Jewels. So, yeah, how are you getting this infos?
It sounds like I'm hacking.
Yes, it does. I think you're in a control position too. Do you have anything that would give you more than standard effect? Hacking?
Ooh, crap. Probably not. No, all my stuff is like shooting things, which I haven't done a lot of.
Cool. And so you're gonna be doing the Dem Jewels, and this is the Timber clock, which is like when that clock is over.
Unless I can use some
what?
Unless I could use like some modification tools or something like that to try and.
Sure.
No, I don't think. Yeah. Okay.
Modification tools is fine.
Well, and maybe Jet can probably get, if you can get access to a keyboard from Mechanical's room, maybe he can assist or talk, or we can do a flashback where, again, everybody's pointing over the schematics, and Jet was saying, and when you want to try, if you're going to try and get the data out, it's got a protocol 7 system in place, Sentinel. You're going to have to use this, and this to do it in that order.
Okay. Awesome. So I think that is a little bit contrived. So it will be 1 stress.
Just a little?
Yeah. That'll be a 1 stress flashback on that one. And then you can help. So are you lending a die, or is this a group action? Are you like talking, or?
I'd rather do a group action, actually.
Yeah? So maybe it's not a flashback. Maybe you're talking.
If I can do it real time, sure. But do I have to resist the effects first or not? Of the fungi.
Yeah.
When do you want me to do that?
Yeah, maybe do that first then if we're gonna help.
see if I can help.
Otherwise, I guess it will be a flashback.
I think this is giving me flashbacks to the last session.
Yeah.
Like the whole ship's kind of wobbling, and
oh, that's right. Okay, wait.
Like running in, taking control.
So I guess I'm resisting with resolve. And I get +1 die.
Yes. And don't you guys get an extra die for resisting acts of God as well or something?
Oh, did we take that?
I don't know. Yeah, resilient. You get +1d to resistance rolls against acts of God.
Awesome.
And you get +1d to healing rolls when you have suffered harm from one. So that's a good one.
Wait, so I get +3?
Well, let's see if you actually get harmed by it first.
Okay.
No 6. So yeah, I think he'll take I think he'll take
Holy
2
crap.
harm. And
2
you
harm. Okay.
2
How do I
harm.
mark that on this thing? That's the first time I've done that.
I don't think armor will work on that.
But don't I have special armor?
Do you have special armor? That is usually it's expended by your specific move. Do you have that move?
Oh, it's a specific move? No, then I don't.
Because there is one to resist consequences from acts of God, which this would be.
I don't think I took that. Hold on. Unless it's like, you don't get a default one, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, then I don't have that. Dang.
Okay.
So 2 harm, and so how do I mark that on this character sheet? Is it just 2 boxes?
It is level 2 harm, so the top left corner of level 2.
Okay. Just put an X in it?
You just write whatever you want it to call it. Just be like, singed lungs or something. I don't know.
Shroom lung.
Yeah, shroom lung. Got that classic shroom lung. Cool. Otherwise, you're okay though. And remember, when you're healing, you'll get +1d because you're healing from an act of God as well, technically. So, and then I guess that's the moment when Wolfie's like, "How do I unlock the hard drive again?"
And so
I
that,
believe
and
it over
then,
this in training, but I'm kind of forgotten.
let's
Yeah.
focus. You gotta focus.
You okay there, man?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Just focus. Remember the three protocols. Remember the steps? Got it. I gave you the
Yeah.
malware. You plugged it in, right?
I'm doing it now.
Good. That'll do it.
Okay. And then what?
Yeah.
But
Remember,
you wait a little bit. It'll reach out to the command and control, and then you should be able to do it. You should be able to exfiltrate the data.
Why is this like flying drones?
why isn't this a joystick?
It's like flying your drone through an obstacle course.
Oh,
It's
okay. Yeah.
friends.
No, I got
It's the
it.
same sort of thing.
Remember your failure at the cave. Okay, cool. So both of you are going to be rolling this as a group action, and it's going to be what?
Hack.
Yeah, hack is good for me.
Sounds good.
Survey or like, unless it's
Is it desperate or risky?
survey that's fucked.
You can push it to desperate if you would like for more ticks on that good clock, but consequence-wise, this ship is going to be going faster for sure. I'm just being transparent.
Are you feeling lucky, Jen?
Have you seen my rolls? Are you really asking me that question?
So yeah, a good one's gonna come in soon, right? Like that's these dice work. Yeah, follow your dreams.
So what do you want to do? Right now it's risky for sure, right? Because the ship's falling and all of that kind of stuff.
I've got 1D in hack. That's about it. So
I have 2.
awesome. Do we want to try for a desperate roll in?
If you want a ripple, I can turn back the clock on response from the crew, and more people will survive even.
No.
We're evil. Yeah, I'll push myself for another D. I'll roll 2D.
But so are we risky or desperate?
Yeah, which one do you want? It's your choice.
Oh,
Desperate always gives you 2 more ticks. It's 2 joules.
How many more ticks do we need?
It's as much as you
10.
want. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, why not?
How much money do you want to get paid?
Okay, so desperate it is.
Okay, it's why not? I got a good feeling about this. Don't worry.
Is the effect standard or?
Do you have anything that would bump it up? Who's leading the action?
I think it's me, right?
Whoever's leading it, if they have something to bump up the effect, you can do that.
Hmm.
If you're a hunter, do you have anything huntery that does that?
My personal items are a fine crafted handgun, perish ammo, a fine long range rifle, a customized drone, multi-spectrum contracts, and a fine scope.
Yeah.
I could look really good at it.
What if you clicked subterfuge supplies?
Yeah, I was thinking that one.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then I'll give you
use
great
that.
effect.
Cool.
Does somebody have hacking supplies?
I would just count that as subterfuge.
Okay.
Up some burglary gear as well.
Probably subterfuge.
And how about and I can click that also then, or would that? No, you're just working on the effect, right?
Yeah.
So we're going up for great.
Yes, it'll be great. And you're doing Despi great?
Yep.
So mark XP as well.
Ah,
Shit.
That's 2
gonna
clips in one
be-
session.
Get paid.
Okay.
So if you get another 6, then nope, you just get stressed. Nice. 2 6.
I was a big help, wasn't I?
Yeah. Okay, so
I get stressed out, right?
yeah, you get 1 stress from from Jed. So you get 3 normally. You get 2 from going desperate, and then you get another 2 for your crit. So you're at that in 1 move. And I haven't ticked the timber because you succeeded. So that was a very good thing. So you're at 7, sorry. Yeah, I was like, wait. Fraser don't know quarter good. Cool. So let's cut to Heatsink. Heatsink, are you piecing out? Sticking around? Do you have other plans? Do you have a super secret ulterior motive?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just to do new things. So getting on the ship was definitely something I haven't done before. And I think getting off of it before it hits the ground is going to be another.
Yeah, that would be a wise decision. Okay,
Yeah.
so what action do you think it is getting out of there?
I think it's a ghost, like you said before.
Cool, sounds good. So, I think you're in a risky situation. The boat is going down, right? Airship down. And you'll have standard effect, though, for sure. The only risk is that it's like warbling and, people get tossed into the sides of the ship and stuff as it's getting the classic ship falling down action stuff going on.
All right, I'll push myself because I'm not so good at this.
Yeah, it'd be really funny if Heatsink is the only one that makes it out, right? And just leaves. Heatsink's like, well, I'm not sticking around. Cool.
I marked the stress, but I forgot to add the dice.
Oh, just re-roll then.
Okay. 1 + 1d.
There you go, 5.
Still got a 5. Nice.
Cool. So you get out of there. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna say that as you just get out the door leading to the main whatchamacallit? What's it called? The runway or whatever, right? That big strip on those ships. The deck, command deck, something like that. Yeah, air deck. Some kind of deck. You're on a deck. You bust out of there, and you also see those people that survived with their like breath masks on, the response from the crew people that are alive still, making a way for your ship as well, because it's the only one left on the deck. What? Yeah. Let's see. Before you, I want to know. Let's cut to filter. What I'm thinking is you could be quite clever with flashbacks and resisting that consequence, possibly, because you're situated under there and might know where they're coming from and stuff. Or you're just trying to leave. What's up? Does that ever happen?
Sorry, what's the situation?
Stress. So, up on the deck, heatsink is like running right towards your airship, and so are the survivors. But the way this game works is you could always be like, no, that actually didn't happen because I flash back and I don't know, sabotage it so they can't get out or something. I don't know, whatever, right?
Oh, right. Maybe in all of my wise foresight, when I was modifying the ship, I changed the position of the quarantine deck so that it looks like it's the main entrance. And as soon as I get in there, it's going to like eject itself from the rest of the ship.
Okay, I think that you guys at the quarantine area, Jesus, it's like your MO or something. Okay, so we have a problem. You can totally do this. You can totally resist. It's definitely contrived, though, right? Which means that you'll hit your trauma, which means you don't die. You just trauma out and you tell people how you get removed from the obstacle. So this could definitely be like the Captain America thing, right? Where everybody thinks that you're dead, but you're like, you like just fell out of the sky or something like that, or whatever. You get to dictate how it is that you get taken out of the obstacle. The for sure thing is that you don't die, right? If you want to resist. Otherwise, we could just look for a roll from you to try to outrun these guys, and I'll just make a clock for you and heat sink trying to get there first or take out these guys or whatever, right?
I'm down to commit. I'll do it.
Okay,
Go down in the blaze of glory.
Okay, sounds good. So you resist the consequences, right? Essentially, this is a consequence that I've narrated for heatsink. You're doing the protect action to resist for heatsink, and and it's quite contrived. Like suddenly they go into a quarantine area that ejects them from the ship. I'm definitely gonna need a roll from that though to see like maybe there's a savvy individual or something like that that doesn't make it into the quarantine or something. I want to see how well this works in the past. For
Oh
sure.
yeah.
So what action do you think this is?
Feels like insight. What do you mean? Sub action.
Yeah. Well, how many stress things do you have left?
Exactly one.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. We know it. We know that part will work. I just want to know what action it is for to see how well it is that you do this thing, right? The resistance happens, so they're suddenly not running for the ship along with heatsink anymore. But I want to see how many of these guys can like make it out or whatever. And essentially, I'm gonna tick the things on the clock to see if even one person is alive or something like that happens, right?
Sweet
So,
ass.
what action do you think this subterfuge is?
I feel like it's a modify.
Yeah, sounds good. So why don't you give me a roll on that?
I'm going risky standard or desperate something.
It sounds like maybe it won't really matter, I think, because it's in the past. So we'll see. I can't, like, it doesn't really matter because I can't hit you with a consequence because you're gonna trauma out anyway. So
Sweet ass.
yeah. In this particular instance, it's not a big deal. Just go with controlled standard or whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that was a fail. Cool. So you get 1 tick though. So I think your plan works insofar as one guy falls for it, right? Like the doors seal a little too fast, maybe. So the 3 guys that survived, 2 of them bang up against the quarantine door, and then we see the one guy reach for the mask and like put it on, and it's like, thank God. Actually, you know what happens? Let's go for it where the guy is the one that's responsible for that. He locks his friends out, right, to save himself, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, you know, like I can't, I had to protect myself and all that kind of stuff." And then he gets ejected, right? And he's just like, ah. And the other 2 guys, I think, are still going to be poisoned, but they're like, you know, still conscious and alive and running around and shit like that. Maybe they're savvier and have some like basic filter stuff on or whatever. Maybe they're mechanics and have masks or something like that. So instead, what happens is they're no longer running for the airship heatsink, but as you're running for your own ship, they bust through the doors just after you. That's what happens. And then Filter, how is it that you get taken out of this this whole obstacle thing? What is your coup de grace?
My coup de grace. I think like as you see Filter running for the like docking area, there's like some explosions around her. It's like the path is cut off, and she sees behind her like this open air out to freedom. It's like fire, skydiving, and just like takes a sprint towards like the gap. Just leaps out of the ship.
And then we have to wait to see what happens. Cool. And then when we hit downtime, I guess we know what you're doing already. Cool. I know which one I would do, right? Like, I would jump as well, of course. So, cool. Okay, so here's the question. We cut back down to running them jewels. Are you guys gonna run out and get before the timber is good? Or what?
Well,
Oh,
the logical.
Wait, just a sec. Sorry, I have to retcon that a little bit before you go. So we still have the response crew from that one guy, but as a consequence, instead of that guy busting out of the room, instead, I'm going to tick the timber to halfway so there's more tension. So nobody erupts chasing after heatsink, but the ship is definitely going down. And then, so what are you doing with the jewels / the data that you're extracting?
Well, isn't the answer obviously? Don't we have to run the jewels?
Yeah. So you're going to make another play for the last 3?
This is a really bad idea. Like, this is such a bad idea. But
yeah, there's a little bit of data left, right? You're at like literally 70%.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it, Wolfie. Get it all. We're taking them down every way we can.
And she's a lens, so she's very persistent. She would persevere on this task until it's done, probably.
Is this another group action where somebody weighs you down, or
I think Jet has Jet can do. Yeah, he can help it, can't he? And then he'll get a turn anyway, or whatever. So it doesn't matter. So
yeah.
If you mess me up, you will trauma me out. So you will need to live with that on your conscience.
Okay, so it's separate actions.
No, it's fine. I think that's fine if Jet traumas me out.
Why don't I just lend a hand then?
Yeah,
Because then I take express, but I don't trauma you.
It's true.
And I'm already hacking my lungs out, so everything I do is
Well,
probably...
also...
Oh, but I'm at -1D, aren't I? So lending a hand's probably better anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, cool. Awesome. I will take all this knowledge that you've imparted upon me and
Yeah.
with barely repressed panic, because this is not my forte, well, hack more jewels. Hack more data to get jewels.
Just remember the way Quiz did it.
Ah, Quiz. Miss that guy. Cool. Is it? So as I'm hacking the last of this data, can I use my subterfuge supplies again, or are they just like spin?
They're spin.
Yeah. No.
So you'll
These
get
are really
standard
bad.
effect, and in a risky situation, you can still push it to desperate if you want. Although with a desperate action, I get to click more on the clock, which would be a full clock. So
I feel like this is pretty desperate.
Okay.
But,
yeah. So
I mean, what do you get by taking it to desperate? That's, I guess, what I don't
I
understand.
guess nothing.
So essentially, you'd be definitely succeeding even if you fail, if you get a desperate, because desperate will click the jewels clock twice, then you'd have one slice left. So even if you failed, you'd still get the jewels.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Because I'm just treating it as like a downtime clock, basically. And then, yeah.
But if I fail, the timber clock goes up, or is it just going up anyway?
So if you get a mid result or a fail, then I click the timber clock up, probably, right? Yeah. Or maybe I'll just have some fun and get the crew to waylay you or something.
Awesome. Oh god.
Maybe a mix of both.
I've only got one dice.
So take the risky, or
yeah, I guess I'll take it.
I mean, you're getting one die. You're getting one die from Jet.
Oh, one for you. Yeah, so I got 2 dice.
Yep. So what do you want to do? Think you can get another crit?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. It's our last decision.
Go for it.
It's so desperate.
Okay. It is pretty desperate because things are probably catching fire or whatnot, or we're getting vertigo because it's like going like this or whatever and spinning.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of like the Star Trek like shaky room where everyone's like throwing themselves around.
Cool. Okay, so no matter what, you will have extracted the data, but let's see what the consequences will be.
I was gonna say, wait, did you roll it or not?
Oh, not yet.
No, but the desperate clicked 2 on the jewels, right? So let's see what happens.
Drum roll, please.
What happens if I push myself and go over my trauma knot? Does that take me out immediately?
No, you can still do the roll, obviously, and complete the obstacle, but then the next obstacle you're out of, right?
Okay.
So there's no running to the ship for Wolfie. Wolfie gone.
And I'm obviously streaming all this from the ship. In case everyone else gets taken out.
He'd think it's just like, this is awesome. This is good TV.
Oh, I got a 5.
We're getting all these views.
Okay, so I'll be very nice, and we're very close to hitting the ocean. But also, what happens is, so you fill up the clock, right? Boom, woohoo! You got all the jewels. You guys, maybe Jet, you're like, come on, right? You're like waiting to like get out of the mechanical room to run up to the top, and as you're checking, you see that like the 2 guys that survived are like in the middle of the hallway, and they see you and they start shooting at you. They don't hit, but like we get the like indents of the bullets in the door that you have open, right? So you'll have to contend with this before you can get out. So I didn't make it crash, but you have an obstacle to circumvent still.
Oh, I have to get by them, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, or yeah, you guys need to deal with them now before you can leave. So what do you do, Jet?
Hmm. I think Jet hyperventilates, getting himself ready, pulls out his sunjet and wait, do I still have it? Yeah, I can still take a sunjet. Sunjet and a fine water knife. Do I even want to bother with that? If I've got a sunjet, why would I use anything else? I'll just use the sunjet.
Sure. Especially at long range, yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be, he's going to hyperventilate, and he's going to throw his mask at them to distract them because they'll probably want it. And then he's going to roll out and shoot at them.
So you're going to expose yourself to the fungus again?
I thought I'm already infected, so I didn't think it would matter.
It's a risky situation. Cool. And you have 3 ticks as a reminder to get these guys gone.
Skirmish is what I'm doing, right? Risky?
Yeah.
Or is it desperate? Is it desperate if I throw the mask? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think it's risky. That's fine.
But it should help.
By the way, Wolfie, were you taking all those XP for those desperate rolls?
Yes.
Good for you.
Heatsink, what were you saying? Were you going to help or something?
No, I'm just saying the distraction should give a better reaction, right? Response.
The distraction of the mask?
Yeah, because they both want it.
Sure, I'll give you great effect.
Okay. I like that. No, nobody's going to help me. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. That was really nice.
I could throw it out. It's fine.
I can help if I can think of a way. Maybe I shoot the door open for you or something.
You're already out there, right? You
Yeah.
already ran out. Don't worry about it. If this works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. And oh hell yeah, I'm gonna push myself. Oh, but wait, if I put my last stress, if I take out my last stress, then I'm out?
Yeah, then you're traumatized out. You guys like to trauma out on this mission.
Well, that makes it a dramatic season end, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'm doing it.
And then Wolfie will have to contend with whatever happens next. Yeah.
Let's hope this works. Holy!
Okay, so, jeez. Okay, so tell me how you trauma out and you accomplish nothing.
A 2 is absolutely nothing.
Oh, actually, you have great effect, so you would have gotten a tick. So you nail one of them, maybe.
Okay, so yeah, I nail the one that didn't go for the mask, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I cut him in half with the sunjet.
And what happened? Does the ship buckle or something and part?
Sure, I like that. I like that the ship buckles, and so I have that horrible moment where I'm sliding down the floor, and so I can't really control where I'm going. And so you all hear Jet yelling and coughing as he's sliding down.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And then I guess so, Wolfie. That's when you round the corner. The ship is at an angle. There's a guy who's trying to make his way to your ship with a mask on now, safe. And what do you do?
I think we definitely get that shot of Wolfie going filter, nothing. And Jack, nothing. Oh, for fuck's sake. That, everything's so fucked. I think she's, this is the funny thing, is
I just had the moment of you getting a crit or something like that, and you take out this guy, you get to the air deck, and Heatsink is flashback, I'm gone. You're like, no. That'd be funny.
Don't.
Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry.
I mean, I've got to try and take this guy out, right?
Yeah, Christo's saying, what about Binky?
I don't remember what happened to Binky.
Yeah. I
I
think the last time we saw Binky,
got
they
lost
might
in
have been helping filter
Yeah,
towers and stuff like that or something.
yeah.
Maybe.
I know. Because I remember filter modifying Binky outside of this place, right? That happened. Because Binky
Maybe.
got lost in the storm for a bit.
Sounds like a thing that could have happened.
Can I get Binky to take this guy out?
Sure, so is that tracing?
Yeah, I think Binky's gonna take this guy out.
Cool. So Binky rises from the ashes of the broken hulls and then shoots a little pew pew.
Yeah, totes. Does this count as using a customized drone so I can get better effect?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
And Binky reveals himself to also be a villain. Sorry?
So you're in a risky situation and you'll bump it up to great effect. So even if you get a middling success, you'll have killed this person.
Yay! That what I'm here to do.
Woohoo!
Hang on.
So just don't fail, and you'll be good.
Don't say these things.
Okay. Don't not fail.
I got a 4 at least.
There you go. See, so you did. Boom. Done. So the only thing left for me to tick though is the ship. But that'll be a consequence that you could resist, but that would be a thing that puts you over, right?
Yeah.
There's literally nothing left for me to click on though. It has to be the timber.
Nice.
So
that's very appropriate.
you can still resist it, right? So that doesn't happen though. So you can resist the timber clock.
Yeah.
And then you're taken out though. So it would be like you succeeding but traumaing out. So what happens?
So Binky takes this guy out. I feel like Binky has to like let out some kind of like rope I can like grab onto to like pull me out of there as the ship is going down, kind of thing, into our ship.
Yeah, and then I guess we get a shot of Heatsink, who's just like waiting into the last possible moment to take off, right? But I'm sorry, nobody's coming. So yeah, I think the last roll will be escaping before the ship crashes. Then Heatsink.
Great. Sounds good. Is that a finesse?
Yeah, it actually is though, because finesse is flying the ship.
Sweet.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So essentially, you still have one tick because we resisted the consequences and didn't need to roll because any roll would have. Actually, why don't you roll? Because if you get a crit, then you recover stress. Right?
Are you talking to me or Lauren?
Lauren, why don't you roll resistance with that? What do you think that roll was with Binky saving you?
I think it's insight because I think it's making use of an opportunity or whatever. It's insight.
Right. And if you get a 6 or a crit, then you won't, because you won't incur any stress.
Awesome.
So it could still happen.
No.
But it didn't.
Almost.
It didn't
well,
happen.
thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. So still no one there. Heatsink. Okay, so let's get a finesse roll to get out of there and beat the timber clock.
I guess no one's helping.
Yeah. Also, I don't know, Christo, do you feel a little cheated because we didn't get a roll from you? Because I assumed the same thing. You could try a roll, and if you got a 6 or a crit, then you would have made it out instead of
No, actually, I'm fine because I realized afterwards when I resisted, I don't think I took stress for resisting that time.
Oh,
So
you took it from pushing yourself, did you?
yeah, I took it from pushing, but I forgot to
Oh,
take
okay.
it from the resisting, so I would have been out anyway. So
Okay, sounds good. Okay, it's all on heatsink.
yep,
Great.
Maybe
no
everyone
pressure.
us out this session. It's my first TPK.
Took long enough.
Sweet. Okay, let's see what happens.
So this sounds pretty desperate.
Mm. How good are you at piloting stuff?
I thought I was pretty good, and then I drummed it out last time.
That's true. Hmm. Well, do you want it to be desperate to get the XP?
Sure. I mean, everybody else is gone, right?
Cool. Okay.
Like, I'm the only one flying the ship. It seems pretty desperate to me.
Yes. So with desperate on the table, there's definitely death on the table as well, though.
Right? Everyone else is dying, so.
It's true. Everyone's trying out hard. Might as well just go with it. Cool. Okay, so desperate, great effect, especially with the desperate. Or maybe let's even just go hard and go extreme effect. Just all or nothing. Timber or no timber.
Extreme.
Are you going to push yourself? Oh,
It did.
cool. Okay, so you
Got
did
1 4.
succeed. Yeah, and with great effect, extreme effect, even, right? Even if I
Right.
reduce your effect, it's still great. So
So good.
you timber is like I'm gonna fill in the timber, but you make it out as well. So why don't you give me the action shot of what happens?
Well, I think we're about to hit the ocean, right? And so I pull up just in time, and maybe we're still like strapped down, so it actually like lifts some of the ship too, so it gives other people like a little time, and then eventually like escapes and flies off or something. Or maybe I just hover above and like watch the ship to make to make sure we don't lose it, right?
Do you
'Cause
like?
we have all the people in there.
Does it crash in such a way that you're at like the end of it and it's crashing on top of you, and then you have to like navigate through the pieces of the hull breaking apart and all that kind of shit? That'd be fun.
Well, I imagined we were strapped to it, so by trying to escape, like we also lift the ship a little too, and maybe that could help lower the lower the impact.
Okay, sure. So you like pick up a little piece of it.
Yeah, and then I'll probably have to like escape before all the water gets in, right?
Yeah,
And
well,
leave in and out,
you escape for sure.
right?
Yeah, but it's just like a touch and go situation there. And I guess you think everybody's dead, right? Like nobody's responding on comms. It's over. Welcome to downtime. TPK almost. I almost did it, but not this time. Cool. All right. So let's move to the end of the score. And then since you guys traumaed out, you're the ones that get to dictate how you get back and all that kind of stuff. We'll do some downtime and make it kind of epilogue-y, perhaps.
Lucky.
And then we'll be good. So payoff, we already know it's 10, right? That full amount. All them jewels.
Such jewels.
Yes, so many jewels. 2 rep by default, higher tier than you. Yes, by 1. They're just 1 tier ahead of you, so you get 3 rep.
So are you marking it, or do you want us to mark it?
I'll mark the 3 rep there, yeah, and then 4, 4, 2. There you go. So you got lots of oodles of money and heat. Do we think it's smooth and quiet? Contained, standard exposure, loud and chaotic, high exposure, or wild, devastating exposure?
I think it's wild devastating because if we streamed it without like masking ourselves, then
Yeah, and also you blew up an airship.
Yep.
So okay,
But over the ocean, it's okay.
it's fine. So that starts out at 6. If it's high profile or well connected, I wouldn't say particularly. I don't know.
wasn't it high profile?
Sure. So okay. So we'll say 7. Did it happen on hostile turf? Yes. 8. Are you at war? No. You eradicated them. +2 heat of killing was on though, so that's 10 heat for that job. Do you have stuff that reduces heat? Anybody? Any moves? Any special abilities that reduce heat?
Are there any team abilities?
Let's
Crew
see.
abilities?
No, not that you guys have on this crew.
We have a lot of abilities though.
Yes.
I just have one that gives me an extra downtime, or someone an extra downtime. So we can use that to lower heat at least.
Yeah, well, it won't matter anyway. You clear it all because you get a wanted level.
Of course.
Yeah. So boom, there you go. You're wanted level 1. And we move to downtime. So let's do it up. At least you don't have any heat. Okay, so first downtime action is filter. How do you make it back and all of that kind of stuff?
I think it's like the fade-in scene of like Filter washing up on a beach. It's like hacking water out of her lungs. Like, oh man, that was the craziest dream. Before like seeing the burning airship like slowly sinking into the ocean.
And are you going to reduce your vice? Oh no, you don't need to. You cleared all your stress, right? So it was just very good that jump. That traumatic but good jump.
Got lots of practice.
Which trauma did you take?
The Reckless is basically Filter. So I figured Vicious would be more like actually have an effect.
Right.
Because we did just murder a lot of people. And Filter is now okay with this.
Cool. Well, let's find out how the other people get back too, just in case people want to do actions together during downtime. So how does Jet return as well?
So I think we had the scene of like him like sliding down that hallway, and then the ship cracks and he flies off into the air. And since I summoned a God act, I think I just have to sort of use it. So I think he like pulls the God act to him and actually has it very quickly weave basically a parachute, if that works, or something like that, or something to paraglide down so that he actually glides down into the water, and then then he can come up on the beach.
Cool.
like collapse next to Filter. That was awesome.
And what about Wolfie?
Well, I think like as Jet collapses and like they're like kind of panting, you get that really like far off like woo kind of thing coming in as like Wolfie arrives flying Binky. Like I think what happened is like you get that cut back to when Wolfie was like falling off of this ship and like Binky like she tries to grab the rope thingy that Binky's put up, but she can't quite grab it. And it's like this really tense moment with like, oh my god, is she gonna make it? And then she grabs onto it and like hoists herself up and like pushes a button on Binky and it, like releases emergency like solar sails and stuff so she can glide back down toward the beach. And so like what Filter and Jet see, if they follow that noise, is like the cut of blue sky against these like vibrant orange solar sails is like Wolfie's coming down to land on the beach and like she hits the ground and tumbles a bit kind of thing. And it's not a very messy landing, but it was fucking fun. And she's not very reckless.
Does one of you guys like ping heatsink for a ride because you're like off the the coast of that claim that you have, right? Like that sort of inlet that has the giant wood stack thing, like, or haystack, or no, the giant stack thing going up into the clouds, right?
It's like that carbon sink, right? So,
Carbon sink, yes. Yes. But I mean, like the actual stack is like that round thing that pierces up into the clouds. I can't remember what it's called right now. Wood stack, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, we just got a shot of you guys like washed up on shore, and then and then like sub vocalizing to heatsink where you are and all that kind of stuff, or what? Heatsink, do you say anything when you land and see this sorry lot?
I think I'll just like bring out towels and like and food and stuff. Have a little picnic on the beach.
Heatsink. This calls for champagne.
Champagne. Wait, you still have to get the salt out first.
And just like a couple miles away, there's still like the burning wreckage protruding from the from the ocean as you're celebrating.
And sound of screams on the wind.
Yeah, the clouds are all dark and like, yeah, it's like it was a massive structure burning in the water, so it's still like protruding and probably landed like vertically somewhat.
And it smells like roasted mushrooms.
Sure. Cannon. Cool. Okay.
That's what carbon smells like.
So let's go with yeah. Let's go with yeah, so what is the first action that you want to do, Filter?
I'm still kind of like bleeding from this gaping chest wound. So I might pull out a blowtorch and get to cauterizing it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, mechanically, after this session, you'll probably be all healed anyway, though. So I'm thinking more like downtime / mini epilogue stuff happening.
Mini epilogue stuff.
Unless you really would like to cauterize your wound with the blowtorch and stuff. I'm down for that too. But mechanically, after this session, when you come back, you'll be healed anyway.
We get 2 actions, right?
Yep.
I'm down for some blowtorch cauterization.
Okay, sounds good. So roll the healing. Do you guys have any?
Oh, I don't think we only have things if it's the god act that injured you.
Yeah, you don't have any healing stuff, right? But did you take the healing move?
I did.
Oh, there you go.
Big
Boom.
dog. I can
So
modify my own body.
Yeah, modify that up good.
Oh, wait. And I get plus 1d.
Okay, roll another one. They're all separate rolls anyway. Cool. So you get a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ticks on your clock.
How many do I need?
What harm level did you take?
1.
So 4 is what you needed.
Oh, nice.
So you're
I'm
uber
so good at this doctor stuff.
Yeah, that blowtorch is something, I guess.
Give me my MD.
Cool. What about heatsink? First action.
I kind of want to start a new project to like foreshadow the next thing, but I'm not sure what to make.
Start a new project, stealing the airship.
The whole big one.
Yeah. So what is it you wanted to do?
I haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay.
I guess I was just putting it out there to see if people had ideas.
What project is there next? Well, you could
take carry-ons next on our list, right?
Start a dossier.
Well, I think I saw how good this like signal jamming worked, so I want to get more into deciphering the signals and like listening on the radio. Yeah, so make something to maybe like a signal jammer / repeater, right? So we can copy other people's signals or jam other ones.
Okay. Sounds like it'll be an 8 clock. 8 clocks are typical of design work stuff.
Okay.
So, what action do you think you're doing for the first leg of this legwork?
The first leg sounds like studying.
Sounds good. So you're just studying the one that you guys had constructed for this particular purposes, and then you're gonna like change it into one that works for all your needs or whatever.
Yeah, and how well it works, right? Because I'm sure there were little glitches or something
Right.
that we
Sounds
saw
good.
in practice.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Roll it up. So it's 2 ticks.
Nice. Should I put that on my sheet?
Yeah, put it on yours. Start a
Okay.
clock.
8 clock, 2 ticks. What are we calling it?
Signal jammer. Jamming of the signals. H to the core. That's what you should call it. Yeah. What about Jet?
Jet's gonna do some healing. So I don't know what I got 2 ways I think I could do it, but probably it comes down to researching how to deal with the fungal, like a cure for the fungal.
Right? Is there like, are your veins turning white and shit?
Are his veins turning white?
Like, yeah, like, is it, how do we know you're still sick and shit? Just a cough or what? When you cough, it tastes like mushrooms or smells like mushrooms?
Why don't I have like an unusual skin color from it or something like that? Maybe, the cough, yes, but maybe also like sort of what does screen look like? What color is it? It's orangish?
Screen?
Yeah.
There's no canonical thing, whatever you want it to look like.
No, so let's say actually my skin turns really gray.
Cool. He's got the gray. He's turning into
gray.
he's turning into Sir Joram.
So how do I roll healing?
So you'll roll. Somebody else will have to work on you generally. So this will generally be you getting help from
somebody with healing skills.
Filter, yeah.
Filter.
Yes.
Sit down, my patient. She says, pulling on her welding mask.
Awesome. So here's what's gonna happen. You need to breathe out all the fungus, and I'm gonna burn it all the way down.
Well, maybe she just gives me like nanite lungs or some new type of lung that she was experimenting with, and so that just takes the problem out.
I see the problem. You need no lungs.
You've got too much human and too little robot, but I can fix this.
It's going to be a carbon graphite lungs. It'll be fine.
Cool. Okay, so when you're rolling, you have level 2 here, or what? Pain. What's your
level 2?
Level 2, yeah. So you'll need 8 ticks, but you're getting 2 extra dice, right? Because Filter is aiding, or like it's a downtime action with somebody else. And then also you get the +1d because of the Act of God damage stuff. So you got lots of D.
So that's
everyone gets +1d from my healing treatment rolls.
So is that 3?
This is the move.
Yeah, I guess it would be 3. Technically, you're helping yourself, but whatever. That's fine.
So is it 2 or 3?
It'd be 3, and then I guess technically the person that's helping is yourself. So I guess just be a good patient.
Wait, so I'm rolling or Filter's rolling?
Filter is rolling it.
Oh, okay.
I am?
Yeah, Filter's rolling this. It's Filter roll, yeah.
I thought I just helped others with the thing.
Nope.
Street dark move. Am I getting that mixed up?
Let me see. Let's see.
It's interesting because the healing is on my, the healing button's on everybody's character sheet, which is why I thought I would roll it, but I don't know. With the way I've been rolling, I'm sure I'm better off at filter rolls.
Yeah, so everyone gets plus 1d to healing treatment rolls, yeah, but you're the one that's actually doing the work.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So you'll get plus 3 dice, I guess, technically.
Would this be a modifier on my end then?
Yeah, modify on your end. There you go. So that's a lot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ticks. One, but you could spend 1 jewel and increase it because it's a downtime action. There you go. You got a lot anyway, right? You just got a whole bunch of them. All it took was everybody trying. It was fine. Cool. So you have new lungs?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I like that. That's a fun thing. Okay. And so what about Wolfie? Oh,
Like,
I hear the thunder.
ooh, ominous. Wolfie's feeling like pretty fucking fantastic because she's not super stressed anymore, and she didn't take any damage. So I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna train in resolve. And what I think that looks like is she goes back to her little hometown place, or I guess wherever they were playing like that Blitzball game, and she's like, "All right, guys, I know this game's fun, but we've got to up the stakes. Like this game is way too safe." And I think like she gets together, she tries to like maybe there's safety mechanisms or there's rules so like there's no physical contact or stuff. And she's like, none of that. Like we're gonna like ramp it up a bit, put some stakes into this game, kind of thing. So she's gonna play like hardcore blitzball with people at Silk Falls.
Yeah, people are like, we just wanted to play fucking soccer, man. Like, you need stakes. You need to be able to die.
Yeah, exactly. Murder blitzball.
Yeah. If you ain't first or last. Okay, yeah. Cool. So roll that up.
Oh, am I rolling? I was just training.
Oh, okay. Take those ticks up. And then second action for filter.
I mean, Jet, if you want in on this one, you're more than welcome to join. But I think filter's gonna start up like a cork board in the airship, Ride the Lightning Mark II, and like start pinning up everything she knows about Carry On and like where to hit them, like who we'd need to get taken down.
A conspiracy.
That kind of thing.
I like it.
So you're starting a long-term project?
Yeah.
And it's like how to get at carrion, basically?
Exactly.
Cool. So what action do you think this is?
Probably study.
Cool. Sounds good. So start a new clock. And mechanically, you just want like more effect when you go after carrion?
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll make it a 6 o'clock then. That sounds fine. That sounds fine. So study it up, make that clock, and let's see how many ticks.
Are we doing a group roll, or how does that?
Yeah, you'll get a bonus die because you're getting helped in a downtime action.
Oh, nice.
Oh, lightning again. Little bit of thunder, little bit of lightning. Oh, you heard that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. So, okay, so you got 2 ticks towards that.
I thought it was your stomach at first.
Yes, I'm so hungry. The Malaysian fish killed me. My stomach is growling like the tides of change. So, what about Heatsink's second action?
I think I have to keep working on this.
Sounds good. Do it up.
Maybe this time it's finesse.
Sure. We'll just go with it. Of course, the last action must be finesse if it's heat sick.
That's true. I have to steal parts to make this thing.
Yeah, from Jet.
Alright, another 4.
Cool. So another 2. Do you want to spend the moolah, the monies?
Well, I have playing the angle, so I get another downtime action, or I can give someone else one if they need it.
Oh, okay. Cool. So do you want to just roll again then and go
I
harder,
think I
or-
want to reduce my stress.
Okay,
Or
sounds
you
good.
said that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about your unless it's something that you want to see on screen. Yeah.
Then I'll just keep working on the project.
Sounds good.
Just do the same thing again.
Steal some more shit.
Nice, a 5.
Woohoo, another 2. So
Just 2
cool.
more.
Do you want to spend money and just complete it and then have that as the last scene for you, or what?
This is okay.
Okay, sounds good. What about Jet?
I think I want to do a study and to assist with the conspiracy board on carrion.
No study for you, Jet. Sure, no problem. Let's see how good you are at that studying.
Oops, that didn't work.
What is it that you think you guys find, you unearth? Each of you can like add a little detail to it, to the cork board.
So we want to know their resources. We want to know like their buildings, their access points, and stuff like that.
I want to know who to kill.
Huh? Because we're brutal now. Oh, by the way, so the trauma that Jet took was haunted. So
Oh.
he hears the fungal God act whispering all the time.
Oh, evil fungi.
Yeah.
That's not fun at all.
No.
Okay,
Damn it,
cool.
you beat me to it.
Okay, cool. Roll it up. Let's
So
see
it's
if-
it doesn't is it risk, it's just controlled or whatever, I forget.
it's just downtime, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll get a bonus die
Standard.
because you're participating in a project along with your friend, right?
Oh, that's right. And no, I did not get a 6, did I?
No, but you can spend a jewel to get a 6 if you want. You want to pay for 6s?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Do you want to take it out of the coffers?
I'll take it out of mine for now until we divvy it up.
Oh shit! You guys don't have a vault.
No. So that's I'll spend mine. It doesn't matter if I spend that one or ours, right? I mean, I'll spend mine first and then pull it from the. Then we can fill everybody up after we're done.
Yeah, sure. Because
It also, if it's still the money we got, doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's spend it all, people.
Yeah.
We got a lot of this. It's better to hold in our pockets.
So wait, so
Yeah.
how many? How far are we on that clock? And where'd you put the clock? Who has it? Does
It's on
Skylar have the clock?
Alex's character. It's on Filter's character sheet.
Yeah. We're currently
how many-
at that before spending any money.
So
There you go.
how far is it along?
2 more.
2 more. But so if I spend 1 more jewel, does that take it? Guess the 2 more ticks.
Yeah. So if you spend 2 jewels total from that roll of 5, you'll get 5 ticks.
Then I do it. Everybody, is it okay if I take it out of the crew then? Everybody okay with that? Because I have and then I have a neat idea for like the
Go.
last daredevil.
Okay, sounds good. So you get the information that you have on Carrion. So it's just like a montage of you guys accruing information against Carrion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to also be a daredevil or something?
Yeah, because I mean, so like the final scene, if everybody goes along with this, it's the initial attack on Carrion, as in the setup. And I'm thinking the setup is that we've got filter designs, like some high-tech shielding skydiving costumes for us. And we skydive from basically low orbit. We're going to do a halo phaser, just the way you like it. and but we're targeting to like come in on the building, like through the building, and that's why we need the special tech for it.
Cool.
So you got the last Daredevil scene would be all of us like diving out of these things, and we're not only falling, we probably have jets on our feet to propel us faster, just because has to be Daredevils, right?
Has to.
Yeah, has to be. Well, so they don't see us coming, right? We have to be fast. That's the whole idea. This is how we can get through their defenses.
Yeah.
And so we're like swooping around, going down, dodging defenses to get into the building, and then that's it. We don't see what happens. It's just we're all woo as we go down.
Cool. Okay, so Wolfie, what's your second action then?
Oh damn! I was going to help out with that project.
That's funny.
Is there some other? Is there a quick clock we can? Can I try and find a way in and just try and trace a way in and just spend a lot of jewels to knock that one out?
Just spend a lot of jewels. Wait, don't waste money getting something that won't happen in the future. I think, right?
Awesome. Yeah. Oh gosh.
You can decrease the heat real quick.
Do we have heat?
We don't have heat. We're wanted.
You could go to the jail.
My second active action is I go to jail.
That'd be funny.
It's because you're a Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
I'm wanted, but I'm going to go to the jail because that feels risky.
Do you want to train something?
Yeah, I guess I'll just train something. We get bonus. Is this person like bonuses to your playbook?
What'd you say?
Because we've got a bonus in personal, right? What is for training? Is personal just like your playbook stuff?
Yeah, playbook.
Oh, cool. Yeah, in that case, I feel like I get I'll train in personal. It's probably like a montage of like fixing up Binky and like taking Binky out for a fly and doing some like tracing stuff with Binky to make sure Binky's okay after our last score. Because of course, Wolfie cares more about Binky than her crew, I guess. Yeah, I'll train in personal.
Cool. And then the last scene is you guys all taking on Carrion, right? Halo jumping with boosters in your boots. Jet boots. Cool. I like it. All right, well, let's do XP then. Alex.
Present. Dress the challenge with technical skill or mayhem. I might take 2 in that one.
I think, yeah, you blew shit up.
Dress beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I mean, we did kind of kill everyone who ever messed with us, so I might go for 1 on that. And struggle with vice, root, or traumas. Not yet, but soon, maybe. TM.
Cool. I like that. And Asher.
All right, so address the challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I think we set a few things up this time. I used those blueprints a lot. And then express belief, strive, heritage, or background. I think I learned more about my drives. Like I separated myself from the crew a little bit. I thought that was kind of interesting. I didn't do before. And it kind of worked out.
And you surmounted your fear of flying.
That's true. I tried to push a lot of fears.
Yeah, cool.
And I got to stream the whole thing, so that was good. At least when everyone else was knocked down.
Yeah.
Struggle with issue from vice or trauma. I don't know that I struggle with it, but I just had a little flashback.
Everybody else did.
That's true.
It's cool.
I struggled with their trauma.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. Cool. Krista?
Let's see. So I think Jet was sinister. So I think he gets at least 1 XP for that, maybe 2, because he killed a shitload of people. Is everybody okay if I take 2 for that one? Yeah. You addressed a challenge with knowledge or technology. I think I did that too. Even technology that I didn't understand, I managed to bypass it anyway.
And helping people who didn't understand technology.
There's that too. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Well, I was one with the fungi. I think that could work.
Mm-hmm.
And you struggled with issues from your vice, root, or traumas during the session. I don't think so.
You get an
so?
XP when you trauma out.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a gimme.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. Lauren?
So I backed off my disparate rules. I just a challenge with tracking or perseverance. I think I feel like it was perseverance for persevering to get all of the jewels, because it would have been way more reasonable to back out considering how much we had and how much risk of failure there was.
Yep.
How we don't even have a vault.
Yeah, exactly. What am I gonna do with all this? I can't hold all this cash, guys. I can't hold these jewels. Yeah, I don't know if I did any tracking or other persevering acts. I guess I tried to track down some routes and stuff for a filter and that kind of thing on the security stuff. Expressed beliefs, drives, heritage, background. I tried to weave that in with like the networking resolve training with like going to do murder ball. Yeah, I'm not sure if we got anything else from like beliefs, drives, heritage, background. I don't know. And then, yeah, for sure, struggle with issues from vice, root, or trauma. Because I traumaed out. Now super reckless.
Yep. So, let's see. Did you guys advance towards an act of God despite danger or embody a feature of one? I think vicious is one of those. So, maybe.
We summoned one.
And you summoned one, right? Yeah, so there we go. That's a pretty good one. Did you contend with challenges above your station? Yes. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? You are ambitious and sinister. What do you think? 1, 2?
I think we're wanted, so yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a 2.
I had to kill everyone. It's a little bit sinister, especially with like fungus gas stuff like that. It's grim as fuck.
And
we had a chance to let like 3 of them live and then just killed all of them.
Yeah.
Did you express goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? I think there's a lot of risk for other people involved, at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is how people traumatized out.
Yeah, I also liked how we split up this time. So it was like groups of 2.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, technically you're 1 away from an advancement, but why don't we fudge it a bit, give you an advancement, and then give you 2 of the vault things? And then you can actually have a vault.
That'd be lovely.
Sounds great.
And then whoever, if we return to this, people will we'll be able to store it and stuff.
I think
Boom.
it's very much our crew to be like, fuck yeah, we got all this money, and then to get back home and be like, we don't have a place to keep the money.
Yeah. Yeah. And you eliminated a faction. So cool. So that's the ending of the streamers for now, at least for at least a month, maybe a couple months, maybe 2 or 3 months, something. Who knows? Depends on the whims of me, and I'm fickle. So yeah.
Till 1.0.
What?
Until 1.0.
Yeah, it's till 1.0. Yes. And then everyone could just play it. I'll just send the Roll20 link to random backers and be like, "Shh, mom's the word. You're a streamer now." Okay, cool. So that's gonna do it. I'm gonna stop the broadcast.